Hi, my name is Zach, also known as Basically I'm Complicated, and this is a review of digital audio players. Digital audio players. That sounds weird to say, but these little devices here are digital audio players. They are like the old MP3 players that you had as a kid, or maybe you had as an adult many moons ago. They are like the iPod before it became a phone, and a calendar, a video camera, and a scheduler, and an overlord bent on ruling your life. All that said, these are digital audio players. They have one function, and that's to play digital audio. Unlike your iPhone, unlike your Spotify playlist, unlike your coffee player or your coffee maker, coffee player, same thing in some cases, unlike those other devices, these have one purpose and one purpose only, and that is playing music audio files. Now you may say, Spotify does it, don't need one of these things. But I would say, maybe you are like me and you don't always want to have your phone with you when you're on a walk. Or maybe you don't want to have your phone with you when you're on a run. Maybe you want to go to the gym and not be disturbed while you're getting those reps in. Or maybe you just want to be able to listen to high quality audio files of multiple types without having to flood your phone up with different types of applications to do so. I am a older guy, and I have old music files. I have formats that not everything plays. I have WAV files, I have OGG files, I got FLAC files, I got MP3s, I got some ACCs, I got a lot of files for audio. And I want a player that can play all of them without any of them not getting the proper ability to be played while I'm out and doing the things I want to do. I like carrying my whole music library with me, so I want to have up to 200 gigs of music available whenever I want it. And that's where these devices come in so handy, because these devices do all those. They play every one of the files. They're crystal clear, and they sound great with headphones. They last for days, not hours, days of music playback. Long flights, hotel stays, parties, these things are great for just music for music's sake. And today we're going to look at 3 of the best budget-driven digital audio players you can get on the market. The prices range from about $40 to $120. And between that price point, one of these is the clear winner. And we are going to look at those in a second. But before we do, please like, subscribe, etc., onward and onward. This is my first review video. I would love it if you left a comment and tell me how I did, if these were helpful, if this review gave you the information you wanted, or maybe you want more information and hit me up. I will happily try to answer back, or maybe you make a second video to kind of go over why I said some things I said, and maybe even correct myself if enough people tell me. So get busy in the thingamajig below, and feel free to give me any feedback you like. And with no further hesitation, let's go to the tabletop.
These I went and loaded up some music on the HiFi Walker H2 and on the Z6 here from Phinistec or whatever. Let's take this. So we're calling the Z6. Real quick about the build quality though. Let's go back that 1 second. All of these have USB-C. They all got USB-C chargers on them. They all have a slot for micro SD. So you a little micro SD there. Now all of them say that they recommend no more than 256 gigabyte chips. And that's what I have in these two right here. Now, I'm just going to be frank with you. I have read reports that these two can handle up to a terabyte, maybe 512. There's no reason. That's just a waste of time. And I'm going to tell you right now, you do what you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to be the happiest of campers. And I would just say, just don't do it. Just 256 is where you want to be. They get a little glitchy over 256. So, you know, the manual even says it. So just kind of stick with that. It's okay. You can just stick with that. But I'm going to tell you this. These things have some really cool features in them, you know, that we talked about But I found out something interesting about these two. You may realize that their control buttons are practically in the exact same place. Their control buttons are the same place, same jog wheel, same memory location, same headphone jack and output and charging. Hey, wait a doggone minute. Are these the same unit? Yes. Yes, they are. Regardless of who sells them, these are the exact same unit. These are the same exact unit. They are actually bills of a company called AIGO, Egio. These are the Eros Q2. These are both the same model. They're the exact same thing, okay? And so that's why I said I'm really not going to talk too much about the Surfan because, just to be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like it. You want to know which one of these is going to get the boot first? I go ahead and then go right to it. This unit right here the design is awkward. It's a weird design. Got this huge bump on it that doesn't make any really good sense. It's not a keep bit or anything. It's just a weird ridge, just sharp edges. I'm not a big fan of sharp edges in my pocket. I don't want sharp edges in my bag. These things are straight up diamond cutters, and I just don't want this around me. I feel like this is a weapon. You can throw this at somebody, or you can sling it, or cut something with it. I mean, these things are pretty rough. Matter of fact, if I had a piece of paper or something around here, matter of fact, hold tight. Check this out. It's got a paper towel here. This is a paper towel. I'm just gonna, look at that. I didn't that just ran across, and this thing is just ripping through. You got that in your pocket, you got that in your bag or something, and laptop bag or something. That is just not it. So, Surfans, you are the weakest link, and so I want to wish this one goodbye. And for $128 and a weirdo design that looks like it's straight from the early 2000s, yeah, you're gonna go back in the box and back to Amazon. You go on Tuesday. You're going back. You go back. So these two models here, right? This is the battle of low budgets. These guys are the two left, and I'm going to go over some features, and I'm going to give you kind of my honest opinion about each one. So just for the sake of argument, we will call this one the H2, and this is the Z6 H2. Okay, so that's what we're going to go with. You got me? Z6 H2. Now, these two units, like I said, are very similar. They're not too far off the mark of each other. This is a jog wheel, play button. Reverse back. I'm going to do them both up here. See how good fast is. That is not as fast as it is. I think I already had it charged up, so we'll go ahead and shut it down real quick. Okay, good. Shut down. There you go. Shut down. So we're going to do the back up at the same time here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, it's got a little bit of light there. Can't see it, Kelly. Right. Look at that. Came right up. There you go. Yeah, it's got its OS up. So the Z6 came up faster. You got some Paul Simon on there. So this is the Paul Simon over there. Paul Simon over there. I can't remember what job it says. It's Paul Simon. These are FLAC files in here, by the way. And I'm going to come back to this in a second. Now, these are both high definition players. And I know that there's some people say, this is not a high definition player. You are wrong. This is a high definition player. It plays FLAC files. It plays audio files. It has the ability to play FLAC, all the same features as the other one could, right? So it has built into it the ability to play all those features. It has the range. This is the important part about high definition. Can you play range through your outputs? And it has a clear line out right here, and it has a headphone line out. The clear phone out is automatically set, and you're going to always get kind of the same level of audio. So if you're like me, you have a turntable booth, or you got some audio equipment you go to, and you may do line out work, this thing plays line out direct. Now, so does the H Walker. We'll both do it, but this one at $50 to $70 less They both do it. They both have the same audio sound. I can't hook up my headphones. I can't hook my headphones up and hook them up to the system here. But I'm just telling you, I've listened to both. They got the same level of audio clarity. Yeah, this one is not better than this one. This one's not better than that. They're pretty much the exact same, and that's fine. I want to go over a couple things here about. Like I said, this has a linear loop. This one does not. But this one right here has a good little there we go. It has a little explorer window, right? You can kind of go through and see that, go through all your settings here. You got some presets for how you put a category, an explorer for folders. You got some settings for how the audio comes out. Basic stuff. Nothing too fancy. And we're going to talk about this OS in a second because this is actually, there's something cool about it I want to kind of go back to. Let me pull up some music here. See. I'm going to go to, what is this here? The files file. Awesome. Category folder. Off of mine. See it? Okay, let's see the car right now. There we go. We'll come up the card here. Click up my visual card here. It's like 200 and 56 gigs of music here. This is my music library all in here. That's kind of impressive too, that I can put a whole 250 gig in here. I'm going to play Skyfall by Adele. And I'm going to start playing it. There you go. Album mark comes up. New album mark, right? It's playing. Guess what? You can't hear it. You know why you can't hear it? Because it has no speaker. It is simply meant for audio out and audio. A great operating system, right? I mean, this thing you can go in, you can see a bunch of EQ stuff. You can do some cool stuff with the audio. Play and pause. I could do some of the music EQ stuff here on the side. It's a really tiny menu where I can go through and I can change repeat and all that stuff. I can change my Bluetooth. Both of these are Bluetooth enabled. If you got a digital player, you're going to use Bluetooth. I think you're crazy, but hey, you know what? If you got a digital player for audio quality and you're using Bluetooth, you're good. Get you a nice, good wired headset. You can pair audio text, you can pair Sony over your headphones, and you really have a good time. But this one right here, the real knock against it. I mean, the real knock is this thing is the worst.
Even though honestly, she's the worst.
When it comes to menu and operations, I mean, this thing you gotta, use these touch pads here. This little glass touch bar. See, local folder, card folder here, and then put on Paul Simon's discography with a hat on here, and a bunch of Graduate, and the Sound of Silence. I'm going to play it real quick. Check this out. Check what happens. Catch that? Now, hopefully, that little snippet of the song won't get me copyright struck, and I'm not trying to impede anyone's copyright. And so, if you do get copyright struck, I will mute it out and I will take it out. But this thing has a built-in speaker. $40, it has a built-in speaker. Plays the same audio files, uses the same kind of tip. It can read all those music formats, and yes, it has a built-in speaker. It actually can play music without having to have a set of headphones. It has a built-in radio. I can play radio on this device. I can tune into FM radio. Guess what can't tune into FM radio? Yeah, no radio here, huh? Just music and music and music and music that you have. So no radio on the HiFi Walker. This has radio. If I want to listen to the game or I want to put on local news, guess what? This one can do it. You gotta have the headphones in though, because it needs an antenna of some sort. But this has radio. It has touch button, and these are just simple touch interfaces here. This is not like a touch screen. I can't do anything right here. It's all on the bottom level, and the interface is like using a really weird hybrid from somewhere. See, you got the radio. It has weird interface. It's kind of up and down, and you don't use these buttons. You use these. It's awful. I want to tell you now, this is the worst interface I have ever used. It is so bad. It is the worst. It is cringy how bad it is, right? It's so bad. How bad is it? It's very bad, It's very bad. Let me try to pause this while I don't want to get strikes here. But I can pull up music mode. I can pull back up some different sound settings while I'm playing it. I can add to favorites. I can add to a playlist. I can remove from a playlist, And again, maybe playlists aren't for you. Maybe you're not a playlist kind of guy or gal. You just want to play an album straight through. I think most audiophiles, when they get into a mood for a certain type of music, they just want to hear the album all the way through and move something else. I don't think you want a playlist of a jumble. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Does it support playlist? It does. It's just janky as hell doing it. It's just real janky. And this interface does not help in doing it. It is for the birds. It is awful. But this right here, allows you to enter your playlist a lot faster. You can add multiple units and you can make new playlists on it. It does some better importing. It's a better unit. Even though it doesn't have audio, doesn't have a speaker. You know what? I take that back. It is not a better unit. I think philosophy of use of this one is different. But I think they're so much the same that it's hard to kind of figure out, which one is the better one for you. But I told you at the beginning of this video, I was going to make a decision on which one I think is better. And so, a little time into this one, I think that we can start talking about which one's actually better. So the Surfan is out because essentially just an ugly brick. And it's the exact same as the HiFi Walker H2. They're the exact same ones. They're built off of the same platform. And that is the Eros Q from AIGO. And so they're both the same unit. So if you got this or Surfans, you're not missing out on anything. You aren't being gypped and jubed, on one or the other. They are the same exact unit. But this one is definitely, I think, smaller. It's got the hook for a lanyard. It's got rounded edges. It's not going to cut you like we showed before. It's not going to cut your little laptop bag or your pocket. This thing is nice and smooth edged, and I love that. I like that space gray. That is sweet. That is a good look. That kind of space black is a good look. I like it. So let's talk about which one's which. I initially got this for a long flight. I was going to be on. I was going to be on a flight, and I didn't want to burn out my cell phone in the flight. And I like listening to music on flights, and I like using my nice Audio-Technica noise canceling headphones when I'm on flights. And this one was perfect. This thing was absolutely a dream. It lasted the entirety of the flight. We're talking a good long flight, and this thing. I haven't charged this thing in over. I haven't charged this in over a month. I use it off and on, mostly on walks or when I'm going up on hikes, whatever. And look at that battery life. Look at that. A month of charges. It is still at full power. And it's been used maybe 5 or 6 hours, and it's still at a full charge or showing a full charge. I mean, this thing is sweet. It literally keeps up. Music playing time is up to 90 hours, and then I'm not playing. That is, you could play this for 3 days straight, and you would still have music. It's fantastic. The battery life is awesome, and I'm saying that for someone who's had it almost 2 years. It has amazing battery life, and so it's one of the best here. The battery life on the H2 Walker. Let's see. Again, I got this one for the review, and I've had it for a couple days now. I'm using it for a couple days, and it's been great. I have no real complaints about it. But I'm going to tell you that if the battery life is anywhere near what I've been getting out of this primary unit, then it is well worth it. It is well worth it, and I have no complaints. I think it's advertised to be kind of the same round, and you can get 2 days of straight music play out of it. And I wouldn't doubt it at all. This is so far, it's been fantastic. I don't have any complaints about it. It's been super sweet. And so I would just say that if it's anywhere close to the same battery life, I think it's probably, somewhere in there. The battery life is probably a couple days of solid play. You could probably leave it in your bag playing by accident and still come back to at least a half charge. Like I said, this has been on a month of one charge and, a couple walks, and it's still pretty much there, But again, battery usage is based off how loud you play it and how much power you need to drive your headphones and all that whatnot. So, results may vary, but these things are both power packed. I'm going to tell you another thing about this one that I really like. I'm going to shook my table at me too. This one has, and remind me to overlay myself into this. So when I edit, I hope I remind myself to put in some of the overlay. This one has an active and ongoing community. The HiFi Walker has a community that is out there working hard to make the best interface it can. And I remember I said the interface for the Z6 was horrible. And I mean, it is garbage. It is so bad in how you interact with it. But there is a whole interface you can get for the H2 known as Rockbox. And Rockbox, this latest release, allows you to do themes, right? This unit is theme capable. You can actually put themes. Yeah, themes. Remember those? Remember you could do things on your own devices and you weren't stuck doing with whatever they told you had to do. Remember that? Remember themes? Yeah, sure you do. So hopefully on my screen here, I'm showing you themes. I hope I was able to edit it in here. I got some themes here that I can show. And these are fantastic themes. I mean, this is, the community has put these together. Some of these interfaces kind of look like the old iPod interfaces. Some interfaces are, kind of like the old tape deck. Some of them are really creative. Some super creative stuff out here. And these themes can be loaded up. Now, do you have to be a computer whiz or an expert? No, but it helps, right? This is not simple, install and run. There's a little bit of there's some things you can do on it to make it happen. But yeah, it's got themes, right? Yeah, that's cool. You can put games. You can put games on here. You know what I mean? Like whole games. Like you can install games on here. There's a copy of Quake and Doom. It's not a computer if you don't have Doom in, right? So yeah, you can install Doom using Rockbox. I wouldn't want Doom on my music player. One of the reasons why you get a DAP is for dedicated music player. But if you wanted to put Doom on it, hey, my guy, you can put Doom on it. You know what I mean? So there's the option. If you want to do it, you're the man. You can do it. So go for it. You're the man or the girlfriend. You can do it. Knock yourself out. Why not? With that said, though, it goes back to which one of these is the better value, right? Which one of these is the thing that you should get and why you should get it. I'm not going to split hairs here. I want to go back to philosophy of use. You get a DAP for a reason. And the reason why you get a DAP is because you want a pure audio experience, right? You want to be able to listen to your music without the interruption of your cell phone dinging, without your notification about your next meeting. You want to do it so that you don't get a reminder to call your cousin back. You want to do music without interruption, and that's why you get a DAP, right? That's why you do it. And these DAPs are both phenomenal. They can both do that. So both of these get a point. Ding, ding. They both get a point, right? So what does it leave us with, right? It leaves us with, well, this has more features. This one right here has more features. Purely on a feature level, we got FM radio on here, right? The HiFi Walker doesn't have FM radio. It just doesn't play radio, right? Now, if I'm wrong and you're like, oh no, it has radio. I mean, tell me, because you know what? It doesn't advertise it to have radio. The manual doesn't say it has radio. So it has a radio, right? Okay. Can you play music without an audio device, without a speaker, without a Bluetooth? Can you play music on the HiFi Walker? And again, the answer is no. No, you can't. it just doesn't play. It doesn't play music. You know, just you have a Bluetooth speaker or a wired speaker, and if you don't have those things, then you're not going to get any output. You know, it's just not going to happen, right? So you know, you need that. You need that. You don't have that feature, right? So you don't have non-speaker music. You don't got anything to listen to different formats of music if you don't have a lot of music on it. So what's it do? What good is it? You know, what good is it outside of those things? Well, I'll tell you, it's smaller, which means you can fit it in more things. It's a slicker interface, which means you're more likely to really use it in that respect. You're more likely to go and actually it's more tactile. This scroll wheel is a lifesaver. That touch thing here is no bueno, no good. And when it comes to speed of finding, you know, you got a couple of thousand artists or you got a couple hundred artists, you got 10 artists, and you want to go through them fast, scroll wheel is so much faster than, you know, typing or even holding that down. And it's just, this is faster. So, you know, how do you get to the things you want to get to? Well, HiFi Walker wins that one. So, you know, you got more features here. You got better build quality. This thing looks like this thing's more of a brick. This is more slick. I'm not gonna say it. So build quality, I'll give them both a point. This right here is $50 to $70 cheaper. Say it one more time. $50 to $70 cheaper. If you are budget driven, or you are value driven, or you can call it, you know, price point driven, I think it's the term. If you're price point driven, this is it. This is a winner. If you are price point driven, I'm not saying you're brokey. I'm just saying that if you'd rather spend that $70 on a new game, you'd rather spend that $70 on an evening out with your friends, you'd rather spend that $70 doing anything else, this is your winner. By far. This is it. This is the winner. If $70 is going to make or break you, and you're trying to figure out which one you want for the long haul, you know, I really do want to recommend the HiFi Walker. Matter of fact, I'm kind of moving from this one to this one. So personally, I'm moving to this one because I do like the loop. I do like the fact it's a little more stylish. I like the fact it's a little bit lighter, and by lighter, I mean a lot lighter. I mean, this thing is, this thing is heavier, but not by a lot. I mean, we're not talking like who's heavier, but this is lighter and smaller. I like the touch wheel more. The H2. Yeah, folks, I kind of went back and forth a little bit here, but at the end of the day, the H2 just kind of won me over. Wonderful build quality, the ability to kind of manipulate the functions without looking, the jog wheel, the small size, and yes, even the lanyard loop kind of won me over. It was a lot closer than what many of you think. And for half the cost, the Z6, also very, very good digital audio player. Now, I can't speak for every Z6 that comes out. It is a lower price point unit, which means the build quality might be suspect. Like I said before, maybe 1 out of every 10, a little bit of a lemon. But the one I have, absolutely solid. So if you absolutely, positively don't want to spend more than $50, the Z6 is a very good unit. I had no problems out of it. But if you got a little more coin to spend, but you don't want to spend, $200 and $300 for a glorified cell phone, I would definitely say that the H2 by HiFi Walker is an excellent, excellent digital audio player. Like, subscribe, and share. Follow us for more reviews, a little bit of chit chat here and there. But I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again soon. All right, take it easy, guys.